Ladies and gentlemen, I've been getting a lot of questions. What do we do this week? The new patch is out. The season has not yet started. There's basically a dead week right now, and people want to know, do they need to do anything in preparation for the season start? Now, there's not that much you need to do, but I do think it's worth doing a few of these things. So I made a little list here. Now, the first thing I would recommend you do is this season they did something a little bit different, which is they made it so you can work towards a vault when the season starts. So the actions you do this week in the dead week actually unlock a vault for you. And with that vault, you can get you can get tier gear, which is what you want. And if you get the tier, you're going to be ahead of everybody else in getting your 2 set and your 4 set, which is actually quite strong. So I do recommend you do it. It's quite easy to do. At the very minimum, you should do delves. So you want to do 8 delves, which unlocks 3 options. Even though it's the lowest item level, you can upgrade it so it has a high PvP item level. So if you're a PvPer with Conquest, you can use an item to upgrade the tier you get from delves to be good in PvP. So just doing 8 tier 1 delves is all you need to do. You don't need to do level 8 delves. If you want the highest item level for PvE, do level 8. But it is irrelevant for PvP because you're just going to upgrade it anyways to scale in PvP. So 8 delves on the characters you want tier on is like, if you really want to do your homework and get ahead of the curve and have the best gear, that is something that you can do. There's also this beautiful new zone, which is really, it doesn't take that long to unlock, but yeah, unlocking Tezavesh and exploring this new zone is going to do multiple things. First of all, there's like a new capital city. I think a lot of people are going to spend time in this zone, so it's worth unlocking. And there's catch up for all your alts as well. So if you want to unlock the new legendary cloak, which I'm not even sure is good in PvP, but I think it's worth unlocking just because it's such a high item level. I kind of feel like you're not even going to use it, but you might, just so you guys know. So if you unlock it on one character, which doesn't take long, all you have to do is the campaign on a single character to 3 out of 5 chapters. So I'm working on it right now. I'm still not done, but you have the whole week. All you have to do is on one character, you'll unlock the legendary cloak, and that way you can unlock it on all of your characters, which is solid. Like right now, the cloak is 707 item level, but you have to remember, honor gear is going to be significantly higher item level than we have now. So I think the honor gear, the bloody token gear, and the conquest gear is going to be very comparable item level, and the cloak is giga nerfed. I think it's the effects of the cloak are reduced by 75% in PvP. That being said, I would still unlock it because if the season starts and you don't have it, it kind of sucks. So far, that's just doing the 8 delves and unlocking the new zone and your cloak, which does not take that long. You only have to do it on one character. The delves you have to do on more than one character if you care about getting tier. I think I'm only going to do it on my mage because I CBA. The other thing I would recommend you guys do right now is, if you want gold for the season, if you need gold and you want gold, it's a good time to farm honor. So you can just do various activities to farm honor, and you can buy vicious bloodstones with that honor. In addition, if you have been spending all of your honor on vicious bloodstones, this is a good time to farm honor on the characters that you want, because the honor gear is going to be available. You probably only need like 8,000, 9,000 honor to get most of the gear when the vendors come up next week. But keep in mind, you don't even need to get the full honor set, because when you log on, and I'm going to be making a gearing guide about this. So as always, I'll make my seasonal gearing guide to make sure you guys are locked in and know what to do to acquire the absolute best gear. It isn't hard, but you're probably going to be doing a lot of the bloody token quests. So you're going to unlock bloody tokens. You'll get a few pieces of gear from that. As you guys know, you get a bunch of the currency. What are these things called? At the beginning of the season, you get a bunch of the currency to craft gear. So when the season starts, basically you're going to be able to craft gear, and you're going to be able to get some bloody token gear, which means you don't actually need full honor gear. So you only need like 9,000 honor or something like that. Something to keep in mind. So farming honor for gearing your characters when the season starts, and also you could level up a new class. There's lots of fun classes. I plan on making a video about what classes I think are the most fun. So that's another one. If you guys are interested, I got a chance to basically get elite on all the different classes, and I'm going to make basically a tier list of which classes I think are the most enjoyable and explain why. So that's another thing I'm going to be making this week. But yeah, really, really chill week. The other thing I would recommend, or another reason I should say, to unlock the new zone is there's going to be a world PvP quest here, more than likely. I think this is the area where the new world PvP quest is. I'm going to assume it's this island out in the middle of nowhere, which you're probably going to want to mess around with week 1 to once again get the bloody token gears, unlock the world PvP quest. But other than that, I'm basically just queuing skirmishes. The Shadowpan Showdown was actually fixed. In other news, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually queue this Brawl Shadowpan Showdown now, which is kind of nice. It's a good way to get honor if people are actually queuing it. And of course, if you're Horde, you're going to get that enlistment bonus, which is great. Said the quest is up for me right now. Yeah, I guess I just haven't gotten that far in the campaign where the quest is actually up. Oh, I don't have war mode on is why. I had to shut war mode off as a Horde, unfortunately. But yeah, they finally fixed that. They finally fixed it, which is actually quite fun. So yeah, I'm just basically spamming skirmishes. I'm still doing rated content for honor, so you can still do solo shuffles if you want. You can do solo battlegrounds if you want. You can do 2s, you can do 3s. But yeah, if you don't want to play this week, you don't have to. You'll be able to catch up quite quickly. But if you want to get ahead of the curve, these are the steps that I do recommend. And yeah, don't sleep on getting the tier early. Tier is normally really, really, really strong. So if you really want a character to be ahead of the curve, of course, you're going to have to get a little bit lucky. But if you do get lucky, it's quite potent. But yeah, enjoy the week, guys. Enjoy it.